Hello again, traders. Welcome to the Wednesday stream, where Bitcoin has only continued to sell off. The most notable occurrence in the past 24 hours was the spike in price above 24,200, right? We'd say maybe hour and a half after the spike to a price of $24,450, a complete and utter reversal to end with such a nice high to close the candle at $23,790. 2.7, something like that. What was it? 2.75% swing from the high to low. So if you were FOMOing into price action, maybe you learned a lesson. Because it's not about the potential breakout itself. It's always about not just the confirmation with a candle close, but also back tests and all that. So when it was breaking it, there was no confirmation with an open candle. So you're risking a lot when you just long assets that are just breaking resistance with no candle close confirmation minimum, right? So that level that we had already fallen below, we were talking about it yesterday, it is so important. It's extremely important. You've now just given it a great rejection, and false bullish breakouts have consequences. Maybe this was the epic back test of the false bullish breakout. As you can see, follow through has been down. And yeah, I mean, I know people are going to be like, dude, what about the shark here? Sure. Yeah, maybe a shark's developing above the 200 moving average in the uptrend. Hey man, I'm not taking that away from anybody, right? I mean, this could happen. I mean, it's a shark. I'll show you other things though. I mean, this is like a, if you want to think about it, then fine. Then there's more downside, right? You got a target of like $23,000, so you got another 330 points to go before you see a pattern completion zone of that potential shark. But my concern is the length of time the rally has been going. Talking tomorrow will be the 2-month anniversary of Black Saturday, a day that will be in the history books. When we bottomed out, Bitcoin hitting a low of 17,571. History books 2 months later, still making technically higher lows. I mean, right? Here's your lows, and here's a low, here's another low, and here's the kind of a higher low until that changes. Right? So technically, not much of anything's happened bad yet, but if you're looking at July 20th, the first time Bitcoin began its flirtation with the December 2020 resistance from history, once that first time you tested it, you began to consolidate in a certain way. The way we know is not good. If you're wanting higher prices, right? Upsloping price contraction, and you've broken that demand line. Not too much follow through yet, and that's what I'm saying, right? I mean, hey, dude, it could pivot and keep going, but 1 time, 2 time, technically 3 times a charm when you fail to break, even if it's that insignificant, if it's just a joke. From December 2020, 1 time ever. Well, now it's not really a joke anymore. Now it's very, very real. Hard to argue with that, and with that back test last night, that's cause for concern, in my opinion. But hey, still making higher lows, right? So that's kind of where we stand on Bitcoin. It did break a support, right? This rising wedge support, but you haven't made a lower low yet. You start falling below like 22,007, 22,004. Now you might be in a lot more trouble, So no real acceleration yet, but you just, as of less than 24 hours ago, got that successful bearish back test of the false bullish breakout. The reconfirmation of validity of an area that, when you broke it, hey man, that's a breakout. But when you get back tests like that, that is a form of reconfirmation, right? That's like confirmation that level is still valid, right? That resistance that wasn't a resistance because you broke it is now resistance again, confirmed. So that's literally just the psychology of buyers and sellers. So you gotta make sense of that the way you want. And then you go to the daily on Bitcoin, and there's that very real daily classic bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. It's also there on Ethereum. I mean, that's not good, you know, failing to break resistance 3 times, rising wedge, daily bearish divergence. Even if it keeps going up, the argument is just becoming more limited for bulls, right? Hey, third time we failed, right? The third time we failed to break below the previous cycle top from 2017. Hey, man. You even back tested that support, massive daily engulfing candle. Hold on a sec. There could be some upside. That's the third time. Now it's the third time the other way. Third time failing to break resistance. Third time, third time failing to break support. Yikes. So another concern, maybe, maybe, right? We're just talking and you're here to listen to my opinion, man. You got Bitcoin doing all this stuff that's kind of cause for concern a little bit. Just, you can't be like getting complacent here with a long without stop setup, protecting yourself. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to be in that situation. You got this, which again, you could just keep on mooning, man. But you tell me on the daily, on the S&P 500 right here, you're at the major inflection point. You were breaking it yesterday, and you tested the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since April 21st. What a massive straight line up, really. No pullbacks. Wouldn't this be, I mean, maybe it doesn't, right? That's cool. But wouldn't this be maybe an area where it could reverse, or could at least react for a slight pullback before mooning later? This is certainly the area where, if you got in on any of this, taking profit at an inflection point, not just a horizontal line inflection point, a down sloping resistance, but also the 200-day. Those are 3 different levels of resistance kind of confluent with each other within, about $100, $100 of that all together right there. So if this thing starts pulling back here of any sort, right? I mean, that can be good for Bitcoin as it's showing all those, those indicators kind of. All right, so again, I'm not trying to make calls here. I'm just trying to help you maybe with just my thought process, of the technicals, right? Let's take a look real quick at total before we go to Ethereum, because this is something last night, I'm looking at it and it's like, oh, okay. So in the channel, total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. You have a rising wedge here too, a big one, right? Just like Bitcoin. Well, you broke it, you broke the support, and now you're at the lows of the day, the lowest price you've seen right now that you've seen in a week. You broke the peaks from July 30th and August 8th. That was smashed through last night, and you've formally back tested on the last 4-hour candle. Look. As you can see, you broke support resoundingly. Then you got a very nice, perfect bearish back test of the July 30th high as resistance, and now possibly beginning to roll over a break, hook, and go, breakout. That's strong. So you'd think if this is real life, the 200 moving average, 1.05, but I'm thinking eventually 1.03 trillion, 1.037 trillion. Okay, and that's just the wick low right there. All right, from May 12th, where you've seen resistance and support. It's been regarded, so probably be regarded again. Okay, so that's where kind of we are. Let's go to Ethereum. Where Ethereum, you may or may not be pleased. I did adjust just to make sense of this, but last night, here's the thing, this very significant occurrence of last night. Pretty much completed what could be possible head and shoulders of sorts, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's actually visible on the 4-hour. Now, it's not that great, but all I did was adjust that trend line to include all the data pieces, including the false bearish breakdown August 10th. If you do that, look where we are. Do you see where we are right now, Larry? All right, so I think if you don't hold this demand line of sorts, 1730 seemed like the case was going to be so rejecting 1972 to begin with. But yeah, I mean, of course, you had to scam out people. I don't even know, how would you buy into that? It just happened and it was gone. It was like a freaking bearish hammer. Holy crap, you know, shooting star. And just continuing down, and you know, you're down 2.5%, sitting at a demand line. Broken the neckline of this potential little, it's technically a confirmed head and shoulders now, right? A head and shoulders that breaks its very well-established neckline, undeniable, breaks it, back tests it as resistance, and even on this 4-hour candle is once again back testing that neckline that was once support is now resistance. So 1730 I think would be the target if this was a real bearish breakdown of a head and shoulders pattern that all happened to occur at a massive level of inflection from history. Where, hey man, if you broke 2040, we'd be going 2300 easy. But I'm sorry, you didn't break it. You just happened to go up from your bottom 130%. And then after appreciating 130% in value, you happen to test this massively important level and fail to break it. So the upside is just super limited. Even if it was going to keep going, it's just more limited now than it would have been at any other point in the past 2 months. Unless you were talking about last week or when everyone was at 1972. Yeah, 3 days ago. No, I mean, but yeah, at the same time, right? Nothing's certain. Oh, what if the demand line holds? You start rallying again for a second test. Sure, whatever, man. Sure. But remember, cause for concern about why this could very well play out and perform is because the daily, first off, the bearish and golden candle, 3 black crows really, but this right here, man, I mean, that's a high, then that's the higher high at the inflection point in a long-term downtrend. That is buyer exhaustion, that is impending price action, reversal to the downside implied. Negative momentum beginning to build, by the way. The concerns we had yesterday have only become more, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, yeah, that's what happened yesterday. The way it was looking yesterday, it's just playing out some more. It's not looking that great. You know, you zoom out, you can see we're clearly still in a long-term downtrend. But no, you're not overbought in the downtrend. That would be around 2,300. The issue is, you know, maybe why you wouldn't get to overbought or to the supply line is because there's just far too much supply at this horizontal line from history, that old all-time high from February 2021. Okay. Just for now, I mean, that's just kind of what's going on, man. Okay. I'm not trying to scare people or anything. It's just like real life. It's just, you know, it's way better when an asset is, you know, confirming accumulation after crashing. Certainly less, you know, risk down here than there would be up here. All right, let's go to Binance. Down 3%. Well. I mean, we don't know. We never know of a particular outcome any given day, but we do understand levels. We do understand 88% retraces. Shoot, man, 98, 99% retraces in this situation, just to test the inflection point from history. There's just, you know, we don't know, but we're not surprised. You certainly can't be surprised that BNB is down 3% today. I mean, momentum was shifting. Beautiful back tests of that level that was once a resistance. Countless times became resistance again. But, you know, no lower lows yet. I mean, you have to fall below 275 before you start making a technical lower low in this midterm uptrend, which is kind of incredible, right? Is there no background music? Can I not hear it? So I think from here, unfortunately, history tells us probably 220 in time, but it's just your type 1. It's just your first time, right? It could sell off some pivot, rally, and double top later, you know. But what we do know, just the daily, looking at the levels, man, come on, dude, right? 200-day moving average was there too. Holy crap. Just what we know about history, unfortunately, it's a straight up, straight down situation.
Hey, Mitch, is Apple about to get wrecked? Also, thoughts on the #1 beanie baby of all time, Pulse Doge Chain Malin Connect? Thanks.
Post Malone, Doge, Kane. All right, dude, we'll look at it. Thank you so much for the 20. Is Apple about to get wrecked? Apple's at an 886. I've seen Apple at 1.618 at all-time highs, and it ends up going to 200+%. But certainly an area where if it did happen, if you did react, Apple reacted, the whole market's going to react negatively. But if it did happen, you can't be surprised. You actually have to be the least surprised person ever. Same with BNB. You'd have to be, like, if you care about charts and inflection points, this is the least surprising area ever to see a reaction like this occurring. Ethereum, kind of the same thing, right? Like, can you really be surprised? I mean, what? These runs kind of been nonstop, right? Down here, hey, we don't know. It was a false bearish breakdown. In the back test of that level, then a third valley thrice, right? And that was that fateful day Bitcoin had the false bearish breakdown too. But then you see, I mean, like, those are the lower risk areas where it's easy to strategize a stop loss entry and take profits. So it has certainly been some sort of profit taking level based on what we know about the straight up, straight down situation between 225 and 330, 350. Yeah, so that's where we are on BNB. All right. We got 37 minutes till your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button below. So, hey, we got a Vegas meetup. We got like 50 people RSVP'd now. 50. And I don't even think that doesn't include significant others and friends coming to this thing. This thing's going to be like way bigger than we thought. And if we're going to be able to have it to where we can facilitate everyone together, that's going to cost an absorbent amount of money to do that. And, you know, so kind of we are crowdsourced. This is the first GoFundMe I've ever done, right? Because this is the first time it's ever made sense really to do something tangible, you know, with it. So, if you want to help that, I mean, there are people that want to join now, and we can't do it. We can't let more people RSVP because what happens when it just keeps ballooning? I mean, like, my God, I think like 10 plus people yesterday after it was announced and the cutoff was already happened, they RSVP, and we're like, okay, and then just kept coming. It's like, all right, so this is not going to end well, you know, for like having a massive amount of people, you know, in Vegas trying to get everyone together. So that's like, yeah, sure. So I'm just bringing it up because that's real life, man. All right, so BNB, and then was it XRP still? No, it's Cardano. Cardano is XRP's daddy, which, yeah, you figure Cardano, there's no way it holds support at Bitcoin breakdown. It didn't hold support. It was trying, though. It attempted to rally and then rejected like everything else. And now here you are at this demand line. I don't think this holds, dude. I don't think this holds. Right? I mean, it may be, but to me, what's happening is you've been trying. Oh, dude, it's kind of bad, man. Like ascending triangle, or how about an upsloping resistance that was rejected twice? This is the high. This is the lower high, confirming distribution. Double top, but lower high, distribution confirmed, breaking back below it. And now you're sitting at 53 cents. And if things get bad on Bitcoin, I'm sorry, dude, this can go into 47 cents again if something doesn't change. My God, man, maybe it was a freaking wedge in the end, right? I mean, good God, it wasn't a triangle, and it's already broken. It was so close to the apex. My God. Yeah, dude, I'd be really careful, man. You just gotta be cautious. Remember, everything in the market, everything went up 50+%. You know, maybe XRP like 40% or something, whatever. They've all done these things. Okay. So it's just like after the big boys, like Bitcoin goes up 50%, 40%, Ethereum goes up 130%, BNB goes up 83%. We know the long-term downtrend is bearish right now still. You just have to be cautious. You have to protect your capital. You have to preserve your capital. Did you make any money? Preserve it, dudes. Don't get greedy. These are bearish market conditions long-term. They are. Times to make money, times not to lose money. Well, there were, time to make money, I guess, on the third.
You're the GOAT. Can we look at Ergo? I have FOMO disease.
Mark, don't do it, man. Don't do it. There's a cure, and it's called discipline. That's the drug I would prescribe you. Discipline. Sit on your hands, whatever. It's just like, man, if you missed out on all these gains because they happened, and it's tough, man. If you missed it, dude, just be patient. You're gonna get another opportunity. You always will. You will always live to fight another day if you have the time and patience. Because if you have time and patience, you'll get some lower prices eventually. All right. Cardano looking very shaky at a key level that if you break it, I think 47 cents eventually. Sorry, dude. This is not Moon Boy. This is not the Moon Boy times. This is the, oh my God, we rallied 100%, from the bottom, and now you're at inflection points and you're showing bearish divergence. You're failing to break those inflection points. Okay, well, cautious. You don't have to be hyper bullish, man. You just be cautious, dude. Hey, we could just continue on up, continue on rallying, and everything's fine. Sure, but dude, when you're just staring into the face of those bad things, it's just, I don't know, man. XRP kind of interesting. It's terrible, but it's just kind of like, hey, man, it's still making higher lows. It's up 0.53% on a bad day. What's going on? The issue is, you are above 37.7 cents right now. Kind of amazing. Wow, this key level of resistance. Only resistance. You're trying to break it again. But how does XRP survive if Bitcoin is going down to 22.5? I don't think it will, but my God, if it's not a little intriguing, it's kind of showing strength today of all days. XRP, one of the only green assets on the watch list. That and EOS and ETC though. I don't care if it keeps going. It's just such a high risky area. So despite the limited upside on the bigger coins, this one's kind of like hanging on to a 200 moving average and a demand line, an original demand line or whatever. Daily's kind of like, daily's just, if Bitcoin takes a dump, man, this thing's just gonna 32.5 cents. But it's still not dead, right? It's not dead yet, man. I have a lot of issues when you spend a month unable to do anything to threaten even previous local levels. Like, look at that. You're just below them, and you've just stayed below them, man. While other assets have gone up 100%. Some of them went up 40% a day, right? And then you got XRP over here. No one's buying it. Like, people aren't selling so much, but I have concerns. Sold down 6.3%. Well, hey, remember, we weren't above 48.62. You weren't. You just were not above it. That was a key level, and you can't break it. And it could be going on 37.37. Well, hey, you're still in the channel, and you'll be soon testing. I think this is imminent, dude. You're gonna be testing $39, but you don't hold that. You're talking 37.37, and below that, look out. Look, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. 3rd time's a charm. Third failed attempt, man. Confidence levels just can't be high. Looking at the macro, this thing just follows the macro. It underperforms, but follows the macro, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. And when Ethereum BNB and BTC have all had nice runs and are now failing to break resistances and are showing a little bit of buyer exhaustion after 2 months. 2 months, man. It's hard to have confidence at all in the crypto market to just be long right now blindly. It's like, if you're not cautious right now, you can be long and stuff, but you cautious, man. Like, having stops to protect you from massive downside. You have to have that right now. All right, Sol, and then Doge that did things, but then it didn't do things. Couldn't break this one level on the 4 hour. Tried and tried again, and then it was over, right? I mean, 8.8 cents. Look here. Larry, look at this.
Look here. Look, listen.
So on the 4 hour, right, with these peaks, okay, from 2021. And then you go up and you know, you break 7.86 cents, you run to that, and then it's look left, you know, May and June. You go up, you test it, you fail, you go up last night, you test it for 12 hours and then reject it, and then you're catching some fall through and you're going back down to 7.86 cents. If you don't hold that, well, you're probably in a world of trouble. Anything below 7.86 cents, I have concerns. So that's kind of it, you know, on Doge. Down 7.7%, man. Kind of underwhelming when you scale out and you see what's going on. Wow, still massive long-term downtrend until things happen, until 7.86 cents acts as a support. You rally, you break this 8.8 cent level, you break 10 cents, and then you keep going. And you're in a downtrend, man. Maybe in this midterm little uptrend here. I'm sure there's a channel we could plot, right? I mean, well, you want to mess around and see? Sure, there's something, dude. Oh, of course there is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, it was so weak it couldn't even go to the top of the channel. Nice demand line, right? You fell below it, you rallied, and then you back tested the spring kind of like twice. That's pretty cool before rallying even more. Below the heart line. Let's go to DOT, the one that it could have been something, but then it just stalled out because the market conditions are just not favorable for good position trades. Short-term swing trades only kind of stuff, right? I mean, it's like, dang, dude, we can't get to our target off the spring back test. You're really going to create a rising wedge and then show massive bearish divergence up there and then perform pretty well? I know you're at 828. I mean, you haven't made a lower low yet. You just made your highest high of the run. I get that, man. I'm not taking it away from DOT. If it holds 830, you're fine still. It's really the daily too. You don't have to look at it like, I mean, it's like, you know, oh, yikes. Yikes, man. Bearish engulfing candle will be confirmed on DOT in 26 minutes. That's an ugly one, man. I just 830, you know, is a candle low close on the daily from January 13th, 2021. Below that is the abyss. It's like straight back down to 685. So you're that close to a level where historical price action is straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, you could be going straight, like below 830 on DOT. The downside potential is minimum 17%. So I'm saying, like, it's just caution, chat. We must be cautious after this 2 months of price action that could make someone very complacent. Hey, man, it's cool, dude. 2 months. We're not crashing. People already forgot, man. People already forgot the massive, nasty crashes that ushered in the trend we're still in long term. Midterm uptrend. Great. You're still in the midterm uptrend on Bitcoin. You really are, dude. But it seems like it's very possible. Finally, right? When's, like, during this whole time, during this whole 2 month period, when did we show an edge on the daily? You didn't, ever. There was never an edge, really. I mean, kind of there was from July 21st and maybe, but, you know, no separation. Histogram, really. It was kind of tough there. Now it's like indubitable, right? There is no doubt that there is a bearish edge that has developed, and it's happening at this one lone Rudy Poo resistance, man. Sorry. That you like, no, dude, no way this lone soy boy resistance is gonna act as resistance. Well, it just did it 3 times, and a rejection, and then a back test of that rejection past 48 hours. And here's a concern now on the daily RSI. You have now thrice failed to break above or break into the bullish control zone. I think that's a problem. I think that's mega issues. Market participants cannot get Bitcoin in the bullish control zone on the relative strength index. You haven't truly been in the bullish control zone since March, and it was a joke anyway. It was like straight up to hit overbought, and then it was over. Then you crashed to the abyss, right? You got issues, man. Is a true bull market when you can't break above 60 thrice over the course of a month? Nah, not really. No, you'd break it easily, and you start being overbought, and then you reset, and you get overbought again. That's bull trend. This is doing gross stuff, man. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Okay, let's look at another. I'm sorry, dude. Let's look at another concerning kind of variable that exists that has given us concerns, but now is coming to life. Where chat, can we please get some Jesus chimes for a breakout of the US dollar tethered dominance undeniably off of the classic bullish divergence. Literally, this is the inverse of the Bitcoin chart, but to an even greater degree, where like, my God, the whole structural development is the wedge, not just the tail end like Bitcoin, right? It's kind of more like Ethereum, where Ethereum hasn't broken yet, but this is breaking out right now as I'm speaking to you. 6.09% US dollar tether market cap dominance. Positive momentum's only begun to build. You could only imagine where this could go if this is real here, okay? No, I'm not. I'm not getting, well, I am getting, what? Dude, sorry. I was streaming in the zone, man. Dude, holy crap. Darren, thank you so much for the $250 contribution to the cause. DB-Man, thank you for the $200 contribution to the cause. And Sean F., thank you for the $212 contribution to the cause, where we were starting the stream at 1337. Let's just say leet. It started as such. Now it's 1788. We got a few more donos, man. Don't think that's gonna cut the I don't know, the ballroom in Vegas yet, but it's freaking awesome, man. I mean, you know, any dime that gets put on that is gonna go to this Vegas stuff we're trying to put together for 50 of y'all, maybe more, you know. Much love. Didn't see that until now, just because we dude, you got US dollar tether breaking out. That's pretty real, dude. Okay, that's not a joke. Look at Bitcoin dominance, man. Bitcoin dominance. None of my work really. I had a wedge here. I did all my work downstairs. Okay, so none of it. Look at this. Okay, look at this wedge here. It's kind of beautiful, dude. This implies the Bitcoin market cap dominance about to moon, or at least reverse for a little bit, right? Man, maybe it's not as good as I thought. Yeah. 12 hours or something? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you get some more candle. Okay, yeah, I don't know, it's weird on the daily. Right, you can clearly see down sloping price contraction on the 12 hour. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And yes, there is certainly bullish divergence here. You know, the inflection point's 48%, but and you haven't confirmed bottom or anything. I'm just telling you there's downslope and price contraction, and you know Bitcoin dominance hit a high in June of 48.5%, and it has crashed, right? What, 8%? My God. Oh, I'm sorry. It's sorry, 8. Well, it has, yeah. It says down 15, almost 16% in 66 days. If we're just thinking critically, okay, and I could be wrong, man. If you're thinking about this showing bullish divergence, US dollar tether breaking out of its falling wedge, Bitcoin kind of showing a rising wedge, already broken out of it, failing to break above the December 2020 level thrice now, bearish divergence on the daily. If this thing spikes, you understand it's because Bitcoin's getting wrecked, altcoins are getting wrecked way, way harder. Where Bitcoin's down 5%, 7%, altcoins down 10 to 20%. That's when this thing spikes most likely in these conditions. I would, you know, just using my head here, right? Just critical thinking a little bit. Yeah, and it's kind of like that, you know, what makes the most sense here? The wick high, the candle high close, and 2 more wicks, giving you a pretty solid looking wedge argument. Everyone's too bearish, man. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you watch or pay attention to. I just look at the charts every day. That's where my data comes from. Reading charts, psychology of buyers and sellers. So you can say everybody's so bearish, everybody's so bullish, everybody's so, I don't care. Like, I don't get my information from other people. Only millions of people that represent or that are represented by green and red candles. That's where I get my data. And that changes every day. Everyone's so bearish, everyone's so bullish. So I'm going to take a trade to just inverse everybody because everybody's saying, like, dude, what? Why would you take a position that way? It's so weird. The GoFundMe, we are at 1788. I would say we would unfreeze, you know, invitations at 10K or something like that. Scott Carney wanted he wanted to make sure everything was good, so we decided on 20K. But you know, I don't even think 10K is going to cover this. I mean, it's going to be out of pocket, but just the question is how much is it going to be out of pocket for us to do this? Okay, so Bitcoin dominance. We can go to excuse me. Well, here's your Dow Jones, right? That broke out. You know, it broke out yesterday, and today, well, it broke out. Oh God, dude, what the? Hold on. I'm saying it broke out and back tested the breakout today. Yeah. So it broke out and it's back testing the breakout. The supply line is now starting to potentially become a demand line. The 200-day moving average was also breached and was being tested today as support as well. That's not bad. And you're above the inflection point. A lot of really decent things on Dow Jones. My issue is just the extent of the rally without any pullback, man. That's cause for concern. I mean, a long extended run like that, okay, easy to get rugged. Even on a back test, the upside starting to become more limited. But yeah, anything above 33,700 normally translates into $35,000. But the S&P is at the resistance and hasn't broken it yet. So I'm just kind of wondering, and now it's like, I understand we're in a long-term downtrend. I mean, and that's not changing till we break above $35,500 resoundingly, man. NASDAQ also broke out too. Yeah, hot profits, man. Yeah, who are you, dude? You're just some kid who comments in the YouTube chat. You're nobody, man. At least I didn't pretend I was anybody. Hot profits, by the way, bro. Nice name, dude. So here's your NASDAQ that did break that supply line. It's off a little bit. I don't know why there. Yeah, you're at the 618 though. You're also at inflection point. What happened? You were trying to break it yesterday, and now you've reversed back below it. So you have not broken out. If you're below $13,000, price action normally straight down. So again, after a nice long extended run like that, caution, chat. Even if it keeps going, caution. Long-term downtrend, not an uptrend. Undeniable. So yeah, if it gets back above 13K, let's talk about it. That's why we're here every day. But today, you have pretty much reconfirmed $13,000 as resistance, right? Because not only did you gap down, opened at 12,967, got as low as 12,861, then rallied, got as high as 13,056, and to test that 13K and rejected it to close the day at 12,938. So that is a gap down and a successful bearish back test of an inflection point that we know is very real. And a 618. So I just caution, man. It's been a good run, dude. Been a real good run. I mean, you could see, like, if this is a high, right, on the NASDAQ, and this is a higher high, how is this not in some way turning into bearish divergence on the daily? How? How is that not diverging with a high, then the higher high, then the lower levels? Yeah, good question. And maybe it is. All right, caution. So all I can tell you is just caution right now. And at this level, wow. Yeah, dude, misspelled hot pockets, exactly. He looks like the dude from World of Warcraft, most likely. So this one, rejecting the 200-day moving average, right? And you gapped. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Right, you couldn't break the 200, and it's the same situation. How could this not end up becoming bearish divergence, right? The higher high, the lower levels on the oscillators, and rejecting 200. Now it's never. I mean. You know, there was this one time, dude, one time in history where you hit 2013 and pulled back and went down to 1926. So maybe that's happening, right? I mean, this is still long-term. Could very well be. I think it's reasonable that we would see 2066, but not if the S&P and the NASDAQ fail to break resistances, right? If you're rejecting 2013, then the only thing that happens is straight down to 1926 again. So, yeah. All right, Russell 2000. Whoa, gold, dude, gold's continuing to sell off after the identification of such massive 4-hour bearish divergence at a key inflection point from history and a rising wedge, right? Incredible variables for a reversal, and it played out, and it can continue playing out based on what we know about between 1680 and 1793 is straight down, straight up, potentially straight down again. So, yeah, man, a false bullish breakout, I think, of this supply line. I think there could be a lot more downside on gold from here. I mean, that's it, dude. And here's silver, dude. Here's silver, bearish dragon identified, falling below 1982 today, or yesterday technically. It's a new day now. Wait, yeah. The new day started earlier. So for silver, 618 and 786. If you're trading a bearish dragon pattern of sorts, well, then that'd be it, man. Those would be like some profit-taking levels if you were trading that, and that's it. Stop loss would have been around, you know, a little bit above 2070. And that's it, man. Pretty awesome, right? Flip it over. Remember we did this. This is how we created the idea, and was like, hey, man, you got a low, the slightly lower low. You broke the demand line in this situation, but it's actually a supply line. It's a bearish dragon, not bullish. Yeah, we got less than 10 minutes now until your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. If you don't like it, you're a weirdo for watching, right? Hey, dude, I watch your stream, but I hate you, dude. Real mental illness hours, if that's the case. U.S. oil that is trying, my God, it's trying so hard, isn't it, to hold above $87. We know below $87 is some serious problems, man. You got some issues here. It's not over yet. There could be a little RSI bullish divergence, not on the MACD, and that doesn't make me feel great. I mean, maybe it holds this level, dude. Right? I mean, this is a level that if it doesn't hold $100, you go down to $87. Well, we're there, and it's trying to hold on. It's done it before. In the past, it's been a resistance. It's been a support for a rally. It's been resistance and rolled over. It's been kind of support and rallied to $100. Support, rally. But then, if you break it, though, straight down to $75 to $78. So, hey, man, what if there is a relief rally upon us on U.S. oil? Then it could go back to $95, $99. But, dude, the momentum is so strong for bears right now. And the RSI divergence on the 4 hour only is, you weren't even oversold when it happened. I don't know, man. You had all the time in the effing world to be long on U.S. oil. What are you doing now? Oh, dude, I'm going to take a long on U.S. oil now after the buying climax, then the attempted rally, but it was an 886 and a complete bearish shark that ushered in a cycle reversal for now. What are you doing? Who are you and where were you when U.S. oil was doing this for 2 years? I'm going to come in now, dude. All right. About the equivalent of being like, hey, man, I'm going to start my own NFTs, my own NFT brand now in August of 2022. Like, what?
Adam used thank you. 0.009590000 ETH.
What's up, Mammoth dude? Thanks for the 1760. Yeah, we'll look at Adam. Sure. All right. We got hog futures back. It's back up 1%, man. Oh my God. Not gonna fill the gap anytime soon, most likely. There's another gap below you at 90. I think you'd fill that before you'd fill the gap at 114. Yeah, food commodities, man. Most of them been jacked. But look at the freaking wheat future, dude. It's over, man. This thing's done. This is so weak. Base of buying and just like distribution over and over, dude. Oh my God, dude. 742 when 742 breaks, man. Eventually 635. And you gotta understand how bad these things are now. You had your chance. You had a run. The bull run ended. Hello, twice. It was a bearish cipher up here. It was over, dude. Confirm the top. And we even looked back in history in the same effing way. It happened here. It happened in 08. Exact same thing. Try to keep it on the 4 hour so you can see this. It's kind of unbelievable. It's not even gonna let me go to the freaking, let me go to the daily, show the data. But look at this, man. The same thing happened in 08. The high, the sell-off, the attempted rally, and it was the candle high close gave us bearish divergence. Party ended. The party ended on wheat. No, people will still starve, dude. I mean, just because a paper chart is dumping doesn't mean that, like, oh, people in the third world are going to be able to afford food. Third world's going to suffer first. Oh, and by the way, check your grocery prices, dude. None of it's gone down. It's still going up. What, inflation in the UK this morning or yesterday morning, right? Highest inflation hit over 10%. Highest price in 41 years or whatever. I mean, nothing's changing. Just the paper speculators are getting destroyed or people are making money shorting it. Bro, soybeans going to change the world. Can't break 1436 twice. Lower high on the second attempt. I think eventually you see 1289, 1300 again. If you break that, 1208. Holding up better than freaking wheat. Well, the corn, dude. Corn futures. Oh my God, I'd be real careful here, dude. I'd be real careful on corn. Nothing to see here, chat. Nothing to see here on corn. You know, it's over. It was over, and it's about to continue to be over. I mean, unless I'm crazy here. Am I crazy? I like you, but you crazy, man. I mean, you're holding on. Your whole dude. Look at, oh man, I'm about to just adjust it perfectly. It's the Jesus, dude. You know, it's the Jesus. Jesus is rising wave. Once that breaks, man, it's just like 522 eventually. I mean, first we'll talk about 560, but then 522 after that. Oh, that's like, you had your chance, dude. It was a really long, extended rally. And where did it top out? Exactly where it topped out in 08, 2012, whatever. It's multiple times, I think, on this one. Yeah, dude, how can you be 2008, bro? Right? 2011 and 12. And here again, the head and shoulders developed at that area. And you look at the back test, not just at the top of the zone, but then the bottom of the zone. It's unbelievable before gapping down. And now you're rising wedge. Oh, and hidden bearish divergence, by the way, starting to develop. Nothing to see here on corn futures. All right, dude. I love it, though, because it's like TA respect, man. TA's respected, corn gets nuked again. And then we have popcorn. Nice, right?
Bruh.
Yeah, orange juice, I think it had its long. All right, so I think we might be done now. Okay, orange juice. This will happen on potential double tops. They break necklines, then they fake out and they rally. Okay, but what did the rally manifest into? A now confirming distribution, right? Where double top doesn't really confirm distribution so much. I mean, it kind of did here. Not really. It was about the same high. But now we're getting ourselves an actual high that confirms there's distribution on this chart. For the first time since, maybe since December of 2020, sold off and double bottomed, right? So I think this could be the end of orange juice. I could be wrong, right? I mean, like 168, once it breaks, man, have an alert set up on orange juice below 168. Because when you hear the beep, it is over. Because it's a straight line down to 130. I guess market participants just needed to make sure there are this many less market participants owning the asset than they did the other times in June and April. So, yeah, I don't think the 200 is going to hold. All right. Isn't it like electricity? Oh my God, dude. Like electricity all-time highs in Germany. Natural gas hitting all-time highs all over Europe. Straight line up, dude. If anyone has a ticker for UK or Germany's natural gas or electricity, if we could pull it up, I'd really appreciate you give me a ticker. Well, we would look at it right now if y'all have it. Because I think that's noteworthy. It's really noteworthy. Holy crap. So we got 1 minute, chat. 1 minute, okay? Look on the ETH. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Top of the hour. Well, let's go specifically to the daily to witness the end of this session. Oh, man. I think that's so ugly, man. That's like what you did in a 24-hour period is kind of worst case scenario if you want the asset to continue its ascent. It was the worst thing that could have happened. Now I get it, you break it and you sell off, okay, but dude, for you to do that, that's awful. That's real. That's, you know what that equates to, right? It is the exact same type of situation as what happened here on July 14th. You broke back above the key support. Then you back tested it the next day as support, reconfirming its validity before a rally ensued. Now you've done the literal equal and inverse of that, right? Where you broke the resistance, then you fell back below. You failed to break out. You up thrusted. And now you've caught a very strong rejection or confirmation of the validity of this area as resistance again when it was resistance July 20th, resistance July 28th, 29th, 30th, even the 31st. My God, the 8th of August, the 10th, almost every day, man, right? And it's just like, that's awful. That's the last thing you wanted to see if you're really bullish. There could have been so many other outcomes, and that was just a bad one. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Didn't quite get to 1972. It was too weak, right? It was too bearish to get to 1972. Bitcoin pulled the rug a dollar before another successful bearish backtest, even though you already had it, you know. So anything below 1972, almost 100% chance at 1730. Not based on my opinion, based on literal price action from history, and we got a lot of it. It is a straight line up, down almost every single time. Why not again? I think that's your target from here, 1730, man. If it doesn't hold, probably 1420. All right, here's your 4 hour again, checking on it. It's a confirmed head and shoulders at an inflection point after appreciating in value from its bottom 130%. You can't be surprised if it played out. You can't be. You're crazy if you don't think it could reverse here. Okay, what's that? NFG. Okay. Yeah. Let's real quick look at NFG, which is German. Is it national? Yeah, national fuel gas for Germany. Just so we can look at it together, so I can show you on the weekly what insanity it is. Wow, it actually, in 01 was at this level before. Look at German natural gas, you know, that had just broken out above all-time highs and then back tested that old all-time high as support last week, and this week is rallying, and you could be working on your highest candle close ever. You know, you got a way to go, like a day and 21 hours, but working on some more history on this chart. Unbelievable, right? Think about, this is not an S coin, dude. This thing bottomed out March 2020. It was at 30. It's up. German energy, German natural gas is up 132% since the bottom. Imagine like being a German and wanting to, you know, have heat in your home. Nothing wrong being German. I'm saying German that wants to consume energy this coming winter. Imagine being that German, because it's not going to be good. It's going to be real bad. Rationing's probably on the table. Who knows what these whacked out psycho governments are going to do now, you know. They all kind of created the issue. They're going to fix the problem. Look at these. Got a couple requests. Pulse Melos, Doge Chain Coin, whatever. I don't even know. All I can do is show you, man. You had a terrible day. Yeah, I think you could be in a lot of trouble here. This looks terrible, man. I think you're going to 452, and once 452 is taken out, that candle high close, the initial one on the 4 hour for May 2nd, it's a good night. Going to 190 most likely. You had your run. You've now confirmed distribution. You've made a lower low than previous low. You've now made a lower high and a beautiful bearish back test of the old high from early June as resistance. You're now downtrending, right? You're now reversing your trend. That happens. Like you go on crazy runs. I mean, what do you want? Any asset's going to do this, even as Pulse Melos Doge Chain Coin. I mean, it goes up 523% in 53 days. Unbelievable. Hits a 1618, and literally that's the top. And you attempted a rally and failed, and now you're making lower highs, lower lows, and now you're threatening to breach the next key support, which I think is between 450 and 488. You've already broken 488, so you got a little bit more downside. As we just confirmed on the daily, that was the case. Down 6% more downside before you test the 450 area, and then below that is bye. You get rugged, man. It's a straight up, straight down type situation. Okay, there's your, that's it, dude. Pulse, Doge, chain, coin, or whatever. But just out of my own look, I want to see it. Apple, I mean, my God, dude, I don't know what to tell you. If it doesn't get wrecked here, it's like, wow, it's going up to 179.50, 180. If, I mean, it has now kind of exceeded the 88%. It has broken a supply line of sorts. Bro, you're just drawing lines, man. You're just drawing lines, bro. Well, that line was breached today. Not quite back tested. What is this candle looking like? Oh, it's just indecision candle. Yeah, man. Of course, markets stay rational longer you stay solvent, but you're just at the area where any day now, any day you could react and it could be bad, but it hasn't happened yet. Apple just keeps on going. All right, let's look at Ergo for Bark. Session top Jesus. Ergo topping out, man. And I have concerns, kind of. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, what a run, man. What a straight line up, and then you hit a key level from history. Then you go and you hit a key support from history, and now you're in the dead middle of them. But while you're in the dead middle of them, you can clearly see it's like one high, and now you're confirming the lower high. And what makes the most sense here would be probably 281 again. 281 from here. It was so bad, man, that on the attempted rally, there wasn't even positive momentum before the negative momentum began to build again. Yeah, you're flipping a coin, but based on wave structures, this is market participants seeing if there's any more fuel left in this asset, and you're seeing that no, there's not. Okay, that's what double tops are, right? First time no one knows, second time I think everyone knows. But yeah, just saying we could pivot and rally to 380 again, and it still could be the attempted rally could continue. It goes to 380 and then reverses. I'm just saying, man, right now how it's looking, it's not great locally, and you're certainly not in an area where you'd be strategizing an entry and a stop loss, right? You can't. It doesn't make any sense. You're either taking a long at 281 or you're taking a short at 380. There's nothing to do at 325. Nothing strategic about it. Just flipping a coin or going to the slot machine. That's your Ergo. Go to Adam for Mammon. Yeah, Adam's like kind of crazy, man. It's like, what? No way, dude. No way. How can this be? Adam in this long extended uptrend having no problem is actually looking okay. I mean, substantially higher lows than the previous low. Still above 11 bucks. I think if you test 1240 again, it could be a crazy run to 1470 or at least, 1350, the top of this channel. It's been well confined in since the 18th of June, Black Saturday. Trying to get back above that heart line too. I mean, it's just kind of strong for now. It's not, I mean, a really nice bullish engulfing candle that's still valid. It's hard to think like, hey, if Bitcoin continues descending, how Adam could rally, but it's pretty strong right here, isn't it? A little bit. Like sell wall at 1227 and then a higher low here. Right, you're not in trouble till I think you break 11 on this one.
Thank you. Looking at all my requests the last few years. What's your opinion on the U.S. housing market? China real estate looks effed. Thoughts?
Good thing we don't live in China, Kush Blunts.
Is that a joint?
I mean, who cares about my opinion on real estate? I mean, some people don't even care about my opinion on drawing lines, dude. I mean, there is still extreme amounts of demand. There's not enough supply, but in certain areas, certain regions of the country and the West, really, there was far too much frenzy and fervor, right, with this whole low interest rate scenario. So Some markets are
Play a slot in
awful.
Vegas, I bet.
Should pop,
We
get
only
wrecked.
checked
Lower
4
prices are
hours.
coming.
Is 12 different outcome?
What's up, Bark? Thank you, dude. Hold on, let me finish my thought or whatever. My opinion, man. I mean, then you've got a lot of markets in the U.S. and the West that are fine, that are gonna, you know, there's not gonna be a crash in most of these other markets because the demand's so high. I mean, there are so many people waiting to buy a house that I just don't think there's too much demand, man. Like, you have to get a massive drop in demand for the housing market to crash, and then something systemically wrong. That's what happened in 08. So we're not gonna get an 08, man. We're just, yeah, you'll just level off in some areas. In some, there's not. It's gonna stay the same or barely pull back. I think it was like 75% of people polled were, or 75% of millennials said that they are waiting for a market crash or something, I don't know, to buy a home. Like, they're Zoomers too. There's just too many people out there that need a home, that want a home, and they can't get it right now. So how in the world, if that's the case, can the market crash? I don't think it can, man. I don't think it can. Where are you gonna live? You're gonna rent from BlackRock and you're gonna eat the bugs. That's what's gonna happen, bro. Yeah, water, alkaline water company. Thank you, Jonathan. You will play a slot in Vegas? Nah, Bark. I don't play slots, dude. My God, the only gambling I do, you know, I mean, I might literally gamble, like, because I'm with people. If this wasn't a meetup, you know, with a bunch of people from the community, I mean, I would just play poker the whole time. That's what I did in Bellagio, or not Bellagio, Biloxi, excuse me. Bellagio's in Vegas, sorry. Yeah, and any free time I have and I'm around a casino, I'd play poker. If they don't have poker, I don't do anything. I don't play anything, dude. I might play craps with Scott Carney and people, but everything else is just like a game of chance. There's no way. It's like the house has the edge, and why would I want to play a game consecutively where the house has a higher percentage chance of beating me? It's stupid, dude. How do you think all those casinos have the top of the line renovations and, you know, everything? Everything's so bougie because of all the degenerates they've taken money from. Bueller. So that was Adam. It's in an uptrend. It's doing quite well. It just is having trouble at 1240. But if you just keep making higher lows and you keep testing 1240, there could be an absorption of remaining supply going on here, and if it breaks it, it could be a fast markup to the next level. You just need Bitcoin to do nothing for maybe a week or so. But I'm having problems, dude. Like with this whole false bullish breakout for the third time, and then the successful bearish backtest that was so convincing yesterday. It just gives me. And the problem with Atom, you know, hey man, it's doing so well. It's like, yeah, Atom went up 124% in 54 days. And now you're testing resistance. This is exactly where you either break the resistance and go up insane amounts, or you actually test it and fail and then reverse massively like mana. Like testing that area and just 110 and just weekly. You can't break it. So it's going to depend on the macro. But it looks okay for now, but it's just long extended rally and a long-term downtrend. How much do I lose in a casino? I don't go to casinos enough to even ever ask that question. The rarity of me going to casinos, because there's just none around me. And so many of them don't have poker, so if they don't have poker, I won't play. So it's like, I would never be happy losing in a casino. Playing poker and losing, No, I wouldn't be happy. Yeah, caffeine, you lose if you have pocket aces. Sorry, dude. I remember that. You got them cracked. Right in front of me, man. But hey, at least they gave you $100 back because it was part of it. If your aces get cracked, you get $100. So at least you had that going for you. Okay, water's great, man. I mean, for now, until it's not. I mean, it's still showing you the incredible accumulation structure at one of the most key levels in the world. I mean, you can't make this up, how beautiful this is. And if it fails, it fails. That's testament to macro. But you can't, dude, we don't know if it's going to hit the next levels. But we do know, we did know at the time, looking at the chart, we identified a spring back test of spring. So if you're back testing a spring successfully, that is the optimum idealistic entry, because you're so close to where you would strategize a stop loss that you take on minimal losses when or if the trade failed. And it hasn't failed. It's separating from that level, and that gives you confidence to believe it could very well go fill a gap at 73 cents and see 85 cents in time. But again, the macro, man, what happens when S&P rolls over eventually because the bear market rally ended? I don't know how this is going to play, but if you're scared, I mean, one could just move up their stop. I mean, the entry was around 40 to 42 cents, man, and you got to let it ride. And stop loss just marginally below that level. Why? Because look left. It's never, dude, trading is not about being right or wrong. It's about being able to understand key inflection points, psychology of buyers and sellers, springs, back test of springs, you know, reconfirmation of validity of supports, three lows, right? Just all these things I try to teach, and I learned, right, over years. What's up, McChan, man? Dude, we got Shaquille O'Neal, dude, with water. I like it.
Anyway, I could still join RSVP.
Hey, McChan, thanks for the 20 super chat.
Can you check TRX
we talk to Brad and the direct message in the Discord.
0.010903557 ETH.
Thank you, Anonymous. Yeah, we'll look at Tron. Tron's having problems at its resistance. It can't break the same resistance that it couldn't break like a month ago. It's just testing, failing. It's like, oh my God, how this is a steel wall of resistance on Tron. Yeah, we'll look at it. But yeah, dude, like trying to RSVP for Vegas now, it's like I'm starting to get like Monka S. You know, I'm like, how are we gonna be able to facilitate all this? It's gonna be not possible. I mean, it will be so much out of pocket to do this right now. That's why we're doing the crowdsourcing, because it's like this is gonna be bad. Okay, so that's your water. Still in wonderful shape for now until the market collapses. But until then, you're great. You're well off the entry, somewhat well off the entry, and you're up. But the upside still is amazing. There's still ridiculous upside potential based on historical price between 40 cents and 85 cents, dude. It's incredible. Beautiful setup on water. This is an active trade setup, patrons. Yeah. Tron. Yeah, dude, this is bad. I mean, this is like real bad. Look at this. Dude, the steel wall, right? Oh my God, right? It was a short trade set up here on July 20th, goes down, falls like a millimeter shy of that first profit taking level, and then rallies, and then just tests and tests and tests this level and can't break it. And it looks like it's over. Look, man, it's like, maybe it's not because a million times, right? But look how you're testing these levels, you're failing, and then you're getting this, like the up thrust and then the back test, right? That is a perfect bearish back test. Falling below that 200 moving average. Yeah, I think it's about to roll over, right? It's almost like head, left shoulder, head, right shoulder stuff, Momo shift. I think that a lot of downside. If Tron's doing what's doing, the downside from here, it's still, you got like a good 7 or 8 to 9% downside from here on Tron. Wow. It's like, yeah, short 7 cents and long 6 cents. Short 7, 6, long, like that's crazy, dude. What a range, dude. Stuck in a glass case of motion since late June. Oh my God, it's loud. All right. That's it, dude. Anonymous. I wish there's more talked about. It looks like it's about to roll over. Does this thing. Rolling over because why? The argument, right? The range, top of the range, and then this locally, the local price action we just received at this level, right? Hey, man, whatever. And yeah, just, it looks bad. It looks terrible and like crazy to long here. Looks like more like there's just downside. There's 8 to 9% downside from here. That's it. That was the last request, man. I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes now. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, at sub. If you want me to not become impoverished because of what we're going to try to do in Vegas, you can contribute right there to the GoFundMe. The first GoFundMe I've ever done. We talk about crowdsourcing. Well, this is crowdsourcing, dude. It will be the first joint, emphasis on the joint, Mitch Ray, Scott Carney stream. And it also at the same time will be the first live stream in front of an audience, and at this, you know, where we think we're gonna do it, there's gonna be a bar there for alcohol consumption. It's gonna be like a party stream. Scott Carney, me live. You get to watch projector. That's the idea. But my God, man. Thank you, Gail, for talking about the finding the German natural gas ticker. Well, man. Yeah, all 10 of 11 sectors down today on the stock market. Energy, the only one that's kind of was up a little bit. Look out, chat. Be cautious. Please be cautious on this market. I'm telling you, dude. Don't get complacent now. Do not get complacent now. I mean, this is how close you are on Ethereum. It's pretty close, dude. Whew. We already looked at XRP. No need to. Like, why? Let's look at the same. Let's look at an asset that just does the same thing every day. No one ever buys it. No, not enough bids, man. It's running out of time because Bitcoin had a nice run. Ethereum had an incredible run. BNB had a really good run. And then XRP, like, it's wet fart and can't do anything. And it's like, well, eventually, not doing much, the macro is going to reverse big time. And XRP is going to get nuked. And really all of them, all the cryptos are going to get nuked, man. When Bitcoin decides it's time. It's time because, wow, you just 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Then the beautiful back test yesterday. But yeah, you're still in it, man. You're not dead yet, but dude, this is the first time you're showing a bearish edge for real. It's beginning to play out. That, I'm telling you, 25K, 24.2, hey, you're failing this many times. You understand. And really, you got the bearish consolidation structure to back it up too. It's not just whatever, man. It's right here, dude. I mean, this exists. It's not, I mean, it's still above the 200 moving average. I'm saying you did break out. And I hope it just pivots and rallies, man. I hope so, dude. I hope we get back above 24.2, 24.3, and then fine. Above 24.3, you have to understand, you're okay. You could go to $28,000 if you break above 24.3. The concern is you just failed thrice. You failed, you have thrusted through it, and you pulled a July 14th, 2022, or 13th through 14th. The bearish breakdown confirmed, and then immediate rejection below that level, and then a back test of it. You just did the same thing, just the inverse. All right, so I'm just gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate the contributions to the cause, the very expensive cause, and yeah, I'll just leave you to it. So please be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. You know, that's where you get notified when I go live, if you care, whatever. And that's it, dude. All right, one last look at total. Yep, below resistance. Why not 1.03? Probably soon. Please be careful. Please be careful. Rising wedge is very real on total. Do I need to show you without the channel? I mean, do I really? Because it's freaking incredible. It's gorgeous. It's a work of art. Total market cap with a rising wedge like this. It's been broken, dude. It's broken. You back tested the levels, resistance. It's time to roll over. I mean, how could you stare if you know what rising wedges are and downtrends, and you stare at this, dude? You need to go back to your history. Go back to your history, man. Let's think about bear trend, rising wedges. I think I got one for you. I think I got one to show you before. Oh yeah, I got one for you, dude. I'll show you, and it's not even as good as the one we're looking at right now. Okay. Here was a beautiful, and guess what? There was bearish divergence on the daily. So you look at this. This is total Bitcoin 2, and then let's go back to Bitcoin. It's not as good because 1, 2, 3. There were 4 touches, right? Kind of 5, but it was May of 2018 after a really nice run off a level that was tested and tested. The George short squeeze. It was at the time the largest short squeeze in the history of Bitcoin, but it turned into a rally, and then this is what happened, right? You're in a downtrend. You're not even coming close to threatening your previous highs, and then you collapsed again later. So just hard to ignore that, man. If you ignore that, I don't even know what to tell you. Then you deserve to get wrecked if you just ignore this rising wedge that is so unbelievable right now. So unbelievable. Let's just think about it. High to low. Look at this, okay? So if you look back in history, let's just go back. Let's go back to where we just were on Bitcoin on the 4-hour, okay? And talk about retraces. So you had this high, February 2018, then you go to your low point, you crashed, right? You went to a 618 and confirmed the top 1 time, then 2 times. Well, here from high to the low, you're at the 618. The area. This is the area. You cannot be bullish on Bitcoin below 24.2. You have to be bearish. Above 24.2, cautious optimism. Because yeah, then it could be going insane. But it just failed. Just failed again. Rejected it. Confirmed the rejection. So you can't be bullish when you fall below 24.2 for the 3rd time and you have a rising wedge that you broke out of. Okay. Can't be. Ethereum below 1972, as close to 1972 as possible. You can't be really bullish. When it starts reversing, there's daily bearish divergence and all that. All right, sorry, dude. Whatever. I hope it's all wrong. I hope the whole assessment of this staring in your face is wrong. I hope it's all wrong, dude. Okay. But I kind of don't, because TA to be respected. We can protect ourselves. What the heck happened? Where's my Bitcoin ticker? Has it been like that the whole time? Whoops. Lame. Yeah, you can pray I'm wrong, but that is something you do not want to argue with. After retracing 61.8% from the previous high to low, this is not the area to be trying to be making plays, dude. If you're talking about longs. Yikes. So, in summation,
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
and of course,
And then, just like that, and then, just like that.
dude, I don't know, man. Where's the... Sorry, I haven't played this one in a while. Oh, I know why. Sorry. And then, just like that... No, never mind. I don't know, dude.
Frankly, I'm depressed and ashamed.
Dude, I have no idea. What happened to that sound clip? Oh. There we go, dude. I was looking for it. Found it. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for coming by. I'll just be back. Oh my God, dude. It sounds terrible. Oh my God, dude. Bro, what is going on? All right. Till next time. Respect the T. A. Worst outro ever. Sorry.
Bring back. Bring back. Bring back.